I went into the cybersecurity field because of the complexity. It touches the whole business. It touches all the areas within IT. It touches the human element, the most important firewall, as we say. And that means that you're challenged all the time with the uncertainty factor of what threat actors do and the excitement and adrenaline that gives. It's a cat and mouse game. You're always chasing someone. I like dealing with that complexity and making sure that threat actors don't succeed. So I'm a kind of sucker for almost impossible tasks. My name is Willekens. I'm heading the Cyber Defense Center for Ericsson. The Cyber Defense Center is responsible for cyber defense for the whole Ericsson corporation, which is a challenge in itself since it's a global corporation. We're in more than 180 countries, we have 100,000 employees, and we're of course in the middle of a geopolitical tension around telecommunications. What we've seen in the industry in general is that with the Russia-Ukraine war and the element of cyber being very prominent in that, that's something that affects the whole of Europe and us as well. We are, of course, in proximity of Russia, and that creates additional threat actor activity. Our challenges are that all threat actors are interested in us. So it's a broad spectrum of threat actors that we need to handle and that we need to understand. Janani is a great SOC analyst. She works in that part of the SOC where all the difficult incidents end up, where there's a lot of deep dives that need to be done, a lot of more of the heavy triaging and investigations. And she works very closely to our incident response and threat hunting team.
The SOC team, we are actually based out of India and Bangalore. We often meet in Sweden for some of the activities. So it is like more of an analysis, and with collaboration we can meet multiple people and we can go ahead with the knowledge sharing and everything. So that is what happens like twice a year.
While we have a great cyber defense team, I'm really proud of them and they have extraordinary skills and are really good at the work that they do, we also are in a world where the threats increase year over year. The variety of threats, the things that threat actors do, they're very creative, they come up with new things all the time. The volume of telemetry that we get, the amount of data that we need to sift through, that creates a prioritization challenge. In order to meet that challenge, we work with partners like CrowdStrike to help us handle that volume, to do parts of the detection engineering, to do threat hunting together with us. CrowdStrike, of course, sees lots of different organizations, can do much more deep dives into specific threat actors than we can. And there they have a piece of knowledge and a piece of expertise that complements ours.
As we started the CrowdStrike journey, it was actually a particular alert which we had received. We have multiple alerts, and this one was an Overwatch. So it is basically an analysis that is being done by a dedicated team in the CrowdStrike, the incident response team, and the security team in Ericsson.
If I look at the future, it's quite daunting. There are lots of new techniques that will help threat actors to attack companies. There's a lot of talk about AI nowadays in security and in the society in general. I think it has real opportunity for the attackers, but also for the defenders, of course. AI helps really well going through massive amount of data and making some sense of it, detecting the patterns that a human analyst needs to understand what's really going on. It hasn't evolved yet into being able to replace the analyst, and I don't know whether it ever will. Being able to think like the attacker, plus knowing your own environment, and knowing your organization, knowing your people, knowing what's important, that's where the human still comes in. For us, the value of defending against cyber attacks goes further than just protecting the company. There's a larger societal element as well. at the end of the day, when I close the door behind me and leave the office, I'm really happy when I see that the team has worked together well. We have met the challenges. We have quickly identified threat actor activity. If you are able to be better than them and meet the challenge that they throw at you, then that feels really good for everyone in the team, and that makes me happy as well.